These are the two ways that I like to, around there, around here, around there. That was a barra. He's made a mess of that soft plastic. But all right, so afternoon skip casting session today. The tide's starting to make its way in. It is a fairly sizable tide, so it's not going to take too long to push in, and then the fish are going to be out of my reach. So I'm going to get into it because the window is going to be a bit shorter. But what I wanted to cover first is I'm going to use a squidgy prawn. I love the belly goats and that frog style, but I find in the afternoons when the water's really warm, sometimes the jacks will sit in that cover a little bit deeper, and a presentation that's a little bit smaller in their face might get a reaction, whereas something on the surface where they might have to travel, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 centimeters, sometimes doesn't get the strike. So these are the two ways that I like to rig these squidgy prawns. This is what they call an in the house. It's only fairly new. It's limited to where you can get it from. A mate of mine, Hank, actually produces them, and I love these when I'm chasing barramundi, and when the country I'm fishing is more mangrove edges and not too heavy or too thick. These skip quite well. They do, but I do like it a little bit open, and I find that with barramundi being implosion feeders, when this trigger gets set off with the barramundi, I get a little bit better hookups at times than what I do with the EWG hooks. So I may switch to that, but some of the country I wanted to get into is going to be a little bit gnarly. So I don't know if I use that word anymore, but anyway, I'm going to use it. A little bit heavy. So I'm just going to hold off for that for now. And I'm going to go with the EWG. And the EWG setup has a little ball sinker, not too tight in that loop knot, but just tight enough that it can't get caught back on itself. Really important that this little sinker is in the bottom part of the loop knot, so it pulls the lure down or the soft plastic down the right way. So I'm going to start with that. I may or may not switch to that. Like as I said, that's probably more my go-to for barramundi. It is closed season now, so I won't be targeting any barramundi. Hopefully I can find some jacks to play ball and eat my offering. All right, let's get into it. Oh, well, there was one. He come out from further into that snag. Oh, terrible. And had a good go. Oh, wanted it back in there again. Yeah, I was right, he wasn't all that big, but he's the first jack of the day. Pepper that edge a little bit, and he did not want to come out, but as soon as I can bust through that first layer of mangroves and get it in there a bit, he nailed it. And that's where the EWG presentation is a little bit better. That in the house hookup with that trigger is fantastic setup, but I find that smashing into timber on the way in, it tends to trigger, and it just gets snagged up a little bit more than what these do. So that's why in some of the heavier country I opt for these. A little bit of pink bling, ready to go. I'll catch him again another time. Oh. There's another little jack. I won't worry about going in for him. He was about the same size as the last one. This one here with a bit of greenery's got a bit better prospects. That back corner first. Oh geez, he hit that late. Sorry, fella. Oh, I didn't even see him. I was just about ready to lift the lure out of the water because he's really light in colour. I don't know whether he was tracking down low, but that's how difficult. I mean, I can see the bottom there quite easily, and I couldn't see him. Oh, just undersize. Amazing how quickly, when a little bit of sun and these guys start drying out. So I'm going to get him back in the water really quickly. Away he goes. All right, so we can get a bigger one. Better. Oh, what do we got? Another little jack. Nah, godly. All these fish are looking at pushing further up in these mangroves as the tide comes in. Got his pink bling, and we'll let him go. Oh, what do we got? Probably a cod by the feeling of that. Yep, black spot. There you are, my little friend. A bit of pink bling. What do you got in your mouth? A couple of mangrove crabs. Now, then you go back to crunch them. Oh, Jack. Oh, what's the little milkies there? Didn't notice my line moving. Oh no, a little finger mark. Had me fooled. Oh, there we go. Fooled me a little bit because he doesn't have his thumbprint. That's why they're sometimes called a thumbprint brim. Finger mark, chopper, golden snapper's their official name. He got his pink bling. I might put him in, send him back for a swim. Go on. A welcome addition to the list today. Oh. Jack come out and hit it and spat it. Oh, he's still on. No, I think he might have spat it. Hit it, got caught up, hit it again, and I think he spat it, and now I bricked myself, or he bricked me into that snag. Let's go in for a look. You get that when you're jack fishing in the jungle. There we go. What do we got? Ah, another finger mark. A little bit smaller, but hanging off that snag. There we go. Little finger mark. He hasn't got a dark mark either, but I did note that it was a bit dark when I got him. I'll get him back in the water. Otherwise, he's going to jump out of my hands and onto the hot floor. Oh, there we go. Oh, around there, around here, around there. Oh yeah, no, he's so caught. This is probably number 10 for the session, and we're only about an hour in. Oh, I don't think I need to talk about this guy. We've already seen enough of them, or I have anyway. All right, where are these jacks? Oh. No sooner do I let one go, I get another one. This time a black spot. Little jack, right? Yes, I thought it might have been another finger mark. Oh, he's wrecked me plastic. Well, that's all right. I hadn't seen one for a while. I was starting to get worried. All right, little one. Well, I got to get a legal one sooner or later, I hope. Otherwise, I'm going to be resigned to these little fellas. Oh, and finger mark. Oh, there's something had a go at that. Imagining if it was a big jack, it probably would have taken it, but. Oh, well, I've done pretty well all day to avoid. Oh, I took the camera to avoid one, but that was a barra. It was probably close to legal. I'd say it was legal size. I'm happy he spat it, but there were a few other fish in there, so I'm hoping he stays away And we can work up. No, he doesn't want to stay away. Well, that wasn't what he was supposed to. Oh, this is a different one, I think. The other one was a little bit bigger than this guy. This guy is definitely not legal. The other one was probably about twice this guy's size. Well, hopefully he spits it. Come on. Oh, there's the other one there, look. Let's see if I can get him to come up and have a look. He's about twice the size, maybe 80%, 75% as big. He was cruising underneath him as he was doing some pinwheels under the boat. Yeah, I don't tag them out of season. I prefer to get them back in really quickly. Oh, what is that? Bury me, don't know that much. It's still on this time though. Oh yeah, it's a jack. Finally a legal jack. He's made a mess of that soft plastic, but that's okay. One that hit and didn't spit and jam me into a mangrove root or hand it over to another cod. All right, we'll get this guy tagged and back in the water. It's gone really quiet all of a sudden, and I'm pretty certain it's got to do with the tide. The tide has now flooded back in those mangroves, and any jacks and cod and predatory fish have moved in with them. So you will pick up the odd one, but it's going to be hard work. I've had a pretty good session. I'm pretty happy. I've got a few jacks, including one legal one, missed a few others. Finger mark, cod, 1001 cod. So look, I'm going to call it quits and head back to the ramp.